In this podcast, let's talk about China, and especially about its leader, Xi Jinping. The problem is simple, and it is related with the presidents. So, in fact, the Communist Party Congress has decided something which is potentially dangerous, is to let Xi Jinping has a new term, a third term at this level. So imagine that normally with his age, he should let this power to other, but now they are trying to do something new. So in fact, it will be a new norm-breaking third term, because normally it's impossible. So imagine that because he is 69, the problem is that at 68, he should stop anything about China at this level. But now they are going to change the rule and to permit him to do a third term. So the problem is the following. Instead of have a new power, even a succession, we will have the same guy at the same level, but with more power. Why? Because to do that, in fact, is obliged to use more tools and to concentrate the power of China for his own. So maybe we can say that the real big problem of China is himself. So imagine that normally we should have a new period, especially at that level. But we see that due to inertia, we will have the same guy with the same position. Remember what he said about 2021 and also 2049. The idea is that we are going to play another round with the same person, with more power, at the same level. So we have to be prepared, and it's not just a forecast, because it's predictable. China is working as an empire of the center. In the center, we will have the power of Xi Jinping, and the control will be bigger. So more oppression, more control, and of course, more spoliation of human rights. So when we are talking about China and we say it's just a problem at an economical level, it's wrong. Now we have, in fact, the birth of a strategic problem. And it's important to see it in a global vision with a big picture. So it's not only the problem of the relation between US and China. It's a problem about the relation between China and the world. China has changed. It's not the empire of the center. It wants to be the center of the world. So you see, we keep in mind the idea of the empire of the center, but we can't imagine that it is the center of the world. So now, if you take the two sentences and you make a combination, we can imagine the consequences at the level of the world. So it's very important to see what they are going to do at the practical level, and imagine that it's not just a question of the Communist Party Congress. Is the position of communism in the chessboard of the world. Because maybe we have only 5 countries with a communist system right now. Except Cuba, the 3 others are related to China. They have common boundaries. So the idea is, if in China they're thinking about the world in that way, it means that they are not in the same position of the Soviet Union. At one level, the Soviet Union was all-inclusive. The problem now with China, maybe we will have a level which means all-exclusive. So we have to keep that in mind and to be prepared for the future.